Welcome back to William Lee Podcast, where we delve into the seemingly small daily choices that can profoundly impact your strength, stability, and independence as you gracefully navigate life beyond 60. I'm Dr. William Lee, and today we're dissecting something many of us take for granted: eggs. They're often hailed as the perfect protein, easy to cook, inexpensive, and packed with nutrition. Yet, I want to challenge your assumptions about what you think you know regarding eggs. In my clinical practice, I've observed a peculiar pattern. I've seen patients in their late 60s, even 70s, diligently consuming an egg or two every day, just as they've been advised. Despite this consistent intake, their legs progressively weaken, their balance grows shakier, they struggle to rise from a chair, and their muscles, particularly in the thighs, calves, and glutes, begin to visibly waste away. So what's truly unfolding here? Let me share Larry's story with you. Larry, a 71-year-old retired postman, was always on his feet and maintained a healthy diet. He started every morning with 2 hard-boiled eggs, some toast, and fruit, meticulously avoiding junk food and soda. He walked daily without fail. But when he visited last spring, he was deeply worried. He confided, "Dr. Hyman, I just don't feel solid anymore. My legs feel like they're giving out." We ran a comprehensive series of lab tests, and remarkably, he wasn't sick. There was no inflammation. However, what we discovered genuinely surprised him. His muscle mass had diminished by nearly 8% in just 2 years. His grip strength was weakening, and while his protein intake was from clean sources, it was simply too low to effectively stimulate muscle repair. It was then that a powerful yet simple realization struck me. Eggs are undoubtedly good, but after 60, they are simply not enough. If you're listening to this podcast right now, if you're over 60, consuming eggs daily, yet still noticing weakness in your legs, arms, or back, you might be facing this very same problem. This is because your body undergoes significant changes after 60. Your ability to build and maintain muscle no longer functions as efficiently as it did in your 30s. Your body develops what we call anabolic resistance, meaning it requires more protein, more frequently, and of a higher quality just to preserve the muscle you already possess. This is precisely where today's vital conversation begins. We will explore specific foods that far surpass eggs in their ability to protect your strength, prevent falls, and keep you standing tall and confident for decades to come. Joining me, as always, is an extraordinary individual who has witnessed these physiological shifts firsthand over nearly a century of dedicated care. He is a distinguished neurologist, a leading longevity expert, a true national treasure of Japan, and at over 100 years old, he continues to walk with remarkable clarity, strength, and unwavering purpose. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, welcome back. Thank you, Mark. It's always a genuine pleasure to join you and to speak to those who are steadfastly building strength regardless of their age. You know, in Japan, we've long held the egg in high regard, but we never made the assumption that it was sufficient on its own. We understood that after 60, the body doesn't just passively eat, it absorbs selectively, repairs slowly, and tends to forget unless it's reminded every single day by food that has a distinct purpose. While eggs offer many beneficial qualities, they are merely a starting point. If your aspiration is to maintain strong legs, stable balance, and confident movement throughout your 70s, 80s, and even 90s, you absolutely must eat with deliberate intention. Today, we will reveal the top protein foods that consistently outperform eggs in preserving crucial muscle mass, along with the practical strategies to help you integrate them correctly into your daily diet. So, let's dive in. We'll explore why muscle loss after 60 isn't solely about the natural process of aging, but rather about inadvertently underfeeding your body's essential recovery processes. We'll examine why eggs, while undeniably nutrient-rich, lack the full spectrum of comprehensive support your muscles truly demand. And crucially, we'll highlight the top foods rigorously backed by both scientific research and centuries of tradition that go above and beyond to keep you strong and resilient. If your desire is to stand longer, walk farther, and effortlessly rise from a chair without struggle, then this episode is specifically tailored for you. This is because your muscles don't simply vanish overnight. They erode silently and imperceptibly unless you actively fight back, one mindful bite at a time. Let's be honest. Most people over 60 don't fully grasp how quickly and insidiously muscle loss can sneak up on them. You might still feel strong enough, but true strength isn't solely about your subjective feeling. It's about the intricate actions occurring at a microscopic level within your muscles. After the age of 60, your body begins to experience a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. It's a somewhat complex term for a very simple concept. Your muscles no longer respond to protein in the same efficient way they did when you were younger. When you're younger, consuming a moderate amount of protein, say an egg and some toast, is typically sufficient to trigger robust muscle protein synthesis. Your body receives the signal and promptly initiates muscle repair. However, after 60, that vital signal becomes significantly weaker. Your muscles now require a more powerful stimulus, meaning more protein, a higher concentration of leucine, and more strategic timing just to maintain the muscle you currently possess. This is a pattern I've frequently observed. Patients come in and earnestly declare, "But doctor, I eat healthily, I eat eggs, and I walk every single day." Yet despite their diligent efforts, they struggle to rise from a chair. Their legs feel sluggish, and their posture begins to soften. What's truly happening? Their muscles are simply not receiving enough stimulation to adequately repair and grow. Eggs are helpful, yes, but one egg provides only about 6 grams of protein with less than 0.5 grams of leucine. For someone over 60, that amount falls significantly below the threshold needed to activate meaningful muscle repair. This is a crucial point. To stimulate muscle protein synthesis in older adults, you typically need around 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine in a single sitting. That's not one egg. That's closer to 25-30 grams of high-quality protein per meal. And let's face it, most seniors aren't consistently consuming that much. They might have toast and fruit for breakfast, a small salad with chicken for lunch, and soup with bread for dinner, perhaps with one egg thrown in somewhere. But overall, they're averaging only 40 to 50 grams of protein per day when they may actually require 75 to 90 grams or even more, depending on their body weight. In Japan, we advise seniors to consume 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily, especially if they wish to remain mobile, walk independently, and prevent sarcopenia, which is age-related muscle loss. This means a 60-kilogram person, approximately 132 pounds, would need at least 75 to 90 grams of protein every day. And even more importantly, this protein should be distributed evenly across meals rather than concentrating all of it at dinner. It's about having a balanced dose at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Let's examine why this balanced approach matters so much after 60. You're not merely losing muscle size, you're losing type 2 muscle fibers, which are essential for quick reactions, maintaining balance, and generating leg strength. This is why many people say, "I can walk slowly fine, but I can't catch myself if I trip," or "I can stand, but I can't climb stairs with ease anymore," or "I feel perfectly steady until I have to turn quickly." This isn't just about cardiovascular fitness, it's about neuromuscular strength, and it critically depends on a constant high-quality protein input. If we fail to provide the body with what it desperately needs, the inevitable result is quiet, insidious muscle erosion. You won't notice it in a day or even a week, but over a year or two, you could easily lose 5 to 8% of your muscle mass. And by the time you reach 70 or 75, you may find yourself frail without truly understanding why. So, if you're someone who regularly eats eggs and assumes that's sufficient, you are certainly not alone. But here's the undeniable truth. Eggs are an excellent starting point, but they simply cannot get the job done all by themselves. We require more than just one food to build a truly strong body, particularly a body that is gracefully aging. We need complete proteins with a high leucine content. We need variety to optimally support digestion, metabolism, and essential tissue repair. And we need to strategically time our protein intake to effectively support movement, walking, and even sleep. So coming up next, we're going to delve into the top protein foods that unequivocally outperform eggs when it comes to actively protecting your legs, preserving your posture, and securing your long-term independence. These are the unsung heroes, some hailing from the bountiful sea, others from the vibrant world of plants, and still others from the realm of cutting-edge science. But all are rigorously proven to protect your muscles after 60. Muscles are not lost merely to the passage of time, they are lost to neglect. Let us now show you precisely how to nourish them the right way. Now that we've established why eggs, while beneficial, aren't sufficient on their own, let's explore the foods that truly deliver more. These are whole protein sources that offer not just greater quantity, but also superior quality. They are rich in leucine, absorbable amino acids, and in many instances contain anti-inflammatory compounds that actively aid muscle healing. And let's be unequivocally clear, this isn't about chasing trendy powders or expensive exotic imports. This is about real, accessible food that genuinely helps you walk better, climb stairs with greater ease, and remain upright and independent for longer. Let's begin with the one that tends to surprise most people. 1. Wild salmon, a complete protein with bonus anti-inflammatory power. Wild salmon provides approximately 22 to 25 grams of protein per 100 gram serving, significantly more than a single egg. But what truly sets wild salmon apart isn't just its protein content, it's the abundance of omega-3 fatty acids. These omega-3s are crucial. They help reduce muscle inflammation, enhance insulin sensitivity, and importantly, increase muscle protein synthesis. Beyond muscle health, they also support brain function and joint mobility, both of which are critical for maintaining an active lifestyle. I frequently recommend 2 to 3 servings of wild salmon per week for my older patients, whether it's grilled, steamed, or even incorporated into a nourishing soup. In Japan, wild salmon is considered a staple, a daily food, not an occasional luxury. We typically serve it in smaller portions, often accompanied by grated daikon to assist digestion, especially for older adults experiencing aching legs or slower recovery. The powerful combination of protein plus omega-3s elevates salmon to a truly therapeutic food. And because it's both easy to chew and digest, it's well tolerated even by those with dental or gut sensitivities. 2. Cottage cheese, a slow digesting protein for overnight muscle repair. Cottage cheese, or fresh cheese in general, is rich in casein, a specific type of protein that digests slowly. This characteristic makes it an ideal choice for evening consumption, particularly just before sleep. Why is this so important? Because muscle loss doesn't only occur during the day, it also happens at night, when we typically go 7-8 hours without eating. Cottage cheese provides a steady, sustained delivery of amino acids, a good amount of leucine, and bonus calcium and vitamin B12. That's why I often emphasize to my patients, Your last meal matters most if your goal is to wake up stronger. Just half a cup of cottage cheese offers 13 to 15 grams of protein. With minimal sugar or fat, you can enhance its flavor by adding berries or a sprinkle of cinnamon. For individuals who don't tolerate cow's milk well, goat milk cottage cheese is often a much easier and more digestible alternative. 3. Chicken breast, lean, versatile, and high in leucine. Chicken breast remains a classic for a very good reason. It delivers about 26-28 grams of protein per 100 grams, and it's particularly rich in leucine, the essential amino acid responsible for powerfully triggering muscle growth. What makes chicken an excellent choice is its incredible versatility. You can easily add it to salads, stir-fry it with an array of vegetables, or shred it into comforting soups. It's naturally low in saturated fat and pairs beautifully with spices like turmeric and black pepper, which can further improve nutrient absorption. In Japan, we frequently incorporate chicken into clear broths, such as torigiru, along with root vegetables and mushrooms, especially for older individuals who struggle with appetite or chewing. Soft-cooked chicken is ideal. It's neutral in taste, gentle on the stomach, and actively supports muscle retention, particularly in the legs. 4. Natto or tempeh, fermented soy for strength and circulation. Let's turn our attention to plant-based protein sources. In Japan, natto, which are fermented soybeans, has been consumed for centuries. Just 100 grams of natto provides approximately 18-20 grams of complete protein, along with crucial vitamin K2, which is vital for bone strength and healthy circulation. Tempeh, its Indonesian cousin, offers similar benefits with a firmer texture and a milder flavor profile. These fermented soy products are instrumental in preserving muscle, strengthening bones, reducing arterial stiffness, and unlike unfermented soy, they are significantly easier to digest and less likely to cause bloating. I highly recommend natto or tempeh, especially for seniors who prefer to avoid animal products, are showing early signs of bone loss, or wish to diversify their protein sources. Even a small, affordable, and potent serving per day can make a noticeable difference, and your gut microbiome will undoubtedly thank you too. 5. Whey protein. Isolate for recovery, especially after walking or activity. Whey protein, when sourced conscientiously, stands out as one of the fastest and most effective proteins for muscle preservation. Why? Because it contains all essential amino acids, a high concentration of leucine, and it's absorbed remarkably quickly, typically within 30 to 60 minutes. This makes it an ideal choice after light exercise, a brisk walk, or resistance training. A single scoop delivering 20-25 grams of protein can jumpstart muscle repair, particularly if you haven't eaten for a few hours. I sometimes suggest mixing whey protein with warm tea or plant milk, rather than just cold shakes. This makes it gentler on digestion and avoids the cold drink effect that many older individuals dislike. However, it's paramount to always choose a clean whey protein with no added sugars or artificial ingredients. 6. Bonus: 2 eggs plus extras. If you genuinely love eggs, then upgrade them. Eggs can absolutely remain a valuable part of your protein strategy, but make them truly count. Instead of just 1 egg, try 2, and pair them thoughtfully with other muscle-supporting foods. Consider adding avocado, sautéed spinach, or a slice of tempeh or tofu on the side. Think of eggs as part of a harmonious orchestra, not the sole soloist. They are great on their own, but they are significantly better when combined with other foods that actively support muscle building. So to recap, here are your new protein powerhouses: wild salmon, cottage cheese, chicken breast, natto or tempeh, whey protein isolate, and yes, upgraded eggs. These are not passing fads. They are functional, affordable, and incredibly powerful tools for safeguarding your independence after 60. You don't necessarily need more years. You need more strength in the years you already have. These foods are not exclusively for elite athletes. They are for anyone who desires to keep walking without fear, standing without struggle, and living with unwavering confidence. Now that you understand what to eat, let's get eminently practical. How should you consume protein if your goal is to maintain strong legs, an upright posture, and stable balance after 60? Because here's the crucial truth. It's not merely what you eat, but also when and how you eat it that truly matters. This is a common misunderstanding. Many people believe, if I eat enough protein by the end of the day, so I'm fine. However, for someone over 60, the distribution of protein throughout the day may be even more important than the total amount consumed. I consistently tell my patients, your muscles don't need one colossal meal. They need small, consistent signals throughout the day that say, stay alive, keep building. 1. Spread your protein across the day, not all at once. Let's start with achieving balance. Most older adults typically consume very little protein at breakfast, a bit more at lunch, and then a large dose at dinner. However, numerous studies demonstrate that evenly distributing 25-30 grams of protein at each meal leads to superior muscle retention, higher energy levels, better blood sugar control, and even increased satiety, which naturally reduces unhealthy snacking. So instead of a light toast in the morning, a small salad at lunch, and a massive steak at dinner, try this. For breakfast, aim for 2 eggs, cottage cheese, and half an avocado. For lunch, consider grilled chicken, chickpeas, and quinoa. And for dinner, enjoy salmon, vegetables, and fermented tofu. And don't overlook the power of warm tea or broth. In Japan, we often drink warm barley tea with lunch or a clear chicken broth with tofu in the evening. It's gentle, keeps digestion smooth, and actively supports nutrient absorption. 2. Prioritize breakfast. Your muscles wake up to this one. This point is hugely significant. After fasting all night, your muscles are in a slightly catabolic state. They are primed to break down if they don't receive fuel. So if you skip breakfast entirely or just opt for fruit or coffee, you're missing a critical opportunity to trigger essential muscle repair. Even a simple meal like warm tofu with miso and greens or a protein-rich smoothie can effectively set the tone for stronger legs throughout the entire day. And for those who say, I'm simply not hungry in the morning, I respond, your muscles are hungry. Train your body to expect nutrition when the sun rises. Establishing that rhythm helps not only digestion but also vital cellular repair. 3. Consume protein within 30-60 minutes after movement. This is often referred to as the anabolic window, a crucial period after walking, stretching, or light exercise when your muscles are most receptive to protein. Even a modest 20-minute walk signals your body, I'm rebuilding, give me what I need. If you consume protein during this window, especially easily digestible sources like whey, fish, or eggs, it goes straight to work supporting muscle regeneration. I often suggest something small but highly effective after activity. 1 boiled egg, a spoonful of natto, half a cup of cottage cheese, or warm soy milk with ground flaxseed. There's no need for gigantic meals, just a clear signal to your body saying, I hear you and I'm supporting your recovery. 4. Combine proteins with muscle-supporting nutrients. Protein is undeniably powerful, but it functions even more effectively when paired with other essential nutrients. Magnesium, found in bananas, spinach, supports muscle relaxation. Potassium, in avocado, sweet potato, maintains electrolyte balance. Vitamin D in eggs, mushrooms, and from sun exposure helps absorb calcium and maintain strength. And just a pinch of natural salt assists the liver in delivering those nutrients to where they're needed. We often serve salmon with seaweed or eggs with dark leafy greens. Why? Because protein alone is a builder, but minerals are the construction crew. Together, they activate repair, reduce soreness, and improve posture. 5. Protect your muscles while you sleep. Let's not overlook the night. Muscle loss doesn't solely happen during the day, it also happens during sleep when the body's circulating amino acids run low. Therefore, your evening meal should always include slow-digesting protein, cottage cheese, miso soup with tofu, a small piece of fish, or even a soft-boiled egg and steamed greens. And conclude with something warm, not sugar, not alcohol, but chamomile tea, barley tea, or ginger broth. That tells your nervous system we are no longer in fight mode, we are in healing mode. So, let's take a moment to reflect and bring this all home. You've gained a great deal of knowledge today. Perhaps some of it challenged your long-held habits. Maybe you're still contemplating, I thought one egg a day was enough. But now you understand that after 60, the body needs more nourishment, more strategic planning, and greater respect for the muscles that carry you through every single day. Muscle loss doesn't just impact your strength, it affects your balance, your bones, and your independence. And for many older adults, it begins subtly until it becomes undeniably evident. But the beautiful truth is this: it's never too late to make a change. This is the Shigyaki Podcast, where growing older means growing wiser and stronger. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe, share it with someone you care about, and leave a review so that more people can age with clarity and confidence. Until next time, stay grounded, stay nourished, and keep walking one strong step at a time.